You badly started that party. Hey, frustrating, man. Frustrating. What are you gonna say, man? What can you do? You know, you just have to accept it. It was always gonna be. I don't like saying it's gonna be a big ask, but the practicalities and the squad planning is a real big reason as to why we didn't do the job today. Now, obviously, if I review the game, I look at the first 10 minutes. For me, you knew what you was getting with Burnley. Narrow, two banks of four. They're gonna try and counter attack. They're gonna play for set pieces and things like that. They're gonna be very narrow and congested. I think our tempo was too slow. I think players had to drop deep. Once again, this game highlighted we need a striker and a midfielder. Our passing was disjointed and lacking quality. That was the first 10 minutes. The next 10 to 25 minutes from the 20-minute period, I think, there still weren't enough options for the man on the ball. We're not getting enough numbers forward. I don't feel our fullbacks are supporting. I feel Martinelli and Tierney are getting forward, but Tierney's decision-making ain't the best. There's still not that much options. Martinelli, it's a bit of a one-trick pony stuff. Towards the end of the half, Saka played all right. And obviously a big part of it is because we're missing several personnel or haven't invested in the market. So I'm going to expect our fluidity and stuff to be off the pace. You throw into that the fact that we struggle to break down low blocks and deep units in the best of days, and we didn't have personnel to do that today, and obviously there is injuries and things. On top of just playing poor, lo and behold, you get results like today, really and truly. At a point, it did look like Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Martinelli might make something happen, but it wasn't meant to be. Lacazette's finishing on at least two occasions, flopped him, flopped him. It was just poor, really and truly. Like, there was a couple of moments we're switching off, a couple of calamitous moments. Like, there was a Lokonga poor, like, where it ended up with a corner. Holding's passing weren't the best. Ramsdale made some good saves in the second half, but he had a bit of dodgy moments from set pieces. There was a period, as I said, Odegaard was orchestrating. We needed just put people forward. And I'm not going to sit here and sing Xhaka and Partey's praises because they're both questionable in the Arsenal midfield at this moment, and especially together. And they're both, for two different reasons, cost themselves. And they've both, everyone that's missing today that we might be waffling about, they could have been involved today. And the same performance could have went in, but you probably missed Xhaka allowing Tierney and players to stay further forward. You probably missed just Partey being a bit more confident on the ball than Lokonga. I don't know how Westwood didn't get sent off. I don't know how Peters and Pope throughout the game didn't get cards, but fair play. That was a jump in the head. At halftime, I think, we've had some shaky moments. We need a bit more from our attackers. We need to have Saka, Odegaard, Tierney, even Ben White at right back further forward, really, because we ain't really got changes off the bench. I did feel Tierney's final ball was a bit poor. I don't feel we was pressing together. I don't feel we created enough 2v1 situations out wide and subsequent movement in the middle. I think we was very predictable. It was quite jarring. The pass to Saka and more so Martinelli was always on, but it was quite predictable. And how many long balls are you going to win against Burnley? Second half, of course, we turned up the pressure on a period. Smith Rowe was involved. He forced a decent save from Pope. He squared one for Laka. That, again, first time round, I might be being harsh on Laka, but he should have banged it in. Other than that, it's poor. Like, I'm waffling about 2-3 chances in the game. Didn't create enough. Didn't put them under sustained pressure. Didn't look to break down that unit good enough. Didn't really disjoint their movement. If it wasn't for Ramsdale, we might have conceded at the end, really. I'm not going to say we cannot grind out results, but I think kind of highlights were very predictable, and we can't grind out results in certain sorts of games. Obviously, our task was made harder by missing several players, but or whatever. But at the same time, or players recovering, but at the same time, squad depth is something we know is a thing in August, and we've been down this rodeo before. Arteta and Edu are midfielders, so they should know. Highlighted again our need for a striker and our need for a midfielder, specifically a number 8. I think this sort of game was lost in August at the end of the window. We decided our fate when we didn't bring in those personnel. So, yeah, man, it's 2 points dropped. It makes the task for Europe/Champions League harder. It's a bitter pill to swallow. You can't really see it getting better. And 2022 has been a terrible start. So, yeah, that's all I can say on Arsenal there in terms of my review, folks. That's it, really. What more can you say?